Hello everyone. In today's video, I want to talk about the top 6 investing mistakes. Now, I'm sharing this because some of them I'm super like guilty of, like I've done it. So as I'm revealing them and you're like, ooh, I'm in that camp, don't worry. I've been in the camp, same camp as you. The whole point of sharing this is so that you can learn from it. I mean, you might have just started in your journey, or you're just getting restarted in your journey, or you're well along your journey, but I'm pretty sure that some of these investing mistakes and lessons learned from it is going to help you at least shorten your path or help you avoid these same mistakes. So I've been investing in the stock market since I was 20 years old, and I learned so much over these years. I've been through 4 stock market crashes, so that kind of dates me right now, but that's okay. This is why I want to really want to share with you, because these have costed me thousands. I think actually hundreds of thousands of dollars. So hopefully you don't have to go through that same excruciating journey as I have in the past. Okay, now these are not in any chronological order or priority or anything. I'm just blurting it out loud. But the first investing mistake I see is not picking one strategy to be good at. So when I mean not picking what strategy to be good at, it's because you haven't actually learned and increased your investment knowledge to just be good at one strategy. I would highly recommend, please be good at one strategy before you move on. For example, you hear of videos talking about dividend investing, value investing, growth investing, penny stocks, initial public offering, small cap stocks. Each of those types of investing styles requires a different strategy. I mean, they're kind of similar in many respects, but some of them require a lot more research. Some of them require a lot more fundamental financial balance sheet analysis. So all to say is, please just figure out what type of investor you are. Maybe you are a cautious investor and you really just want income and you want to have more predictable companies. Then just pick dividend stocks. Just pick a dividend growth investing strategy. Get good at that before you all of a sudden get distracted by the IPO, because when you analyze an IPO, it's a whole different ballgame than investing in boring companies like dividend paying companies. They are predictable, they're more cautious. Now, if you are not wanting to do any research, you want to play a huge passive role because you're too busy, you don't even have hours to spend per month to look at your companies or even a whole year, then just please stay with index funds, because like an ETF, like the S&P 500, and just keep investing in that because you are a passive investor, and just get good at just investing in the market every single month. Now, the second investing mistake I see is people also get caught up with chasing returns. And they all of a sudden fall into this trap called day trading. And now all these YouTube videos have been heavily advertising day trading. I've noticed that in my videos, it's always oh, you want a return of 30% or 100% a year, go into my day trading strategies, almost guaranteed, not get all this stuff. It's so hard. It's so hard to get good at day trading because it's high stress. You have to know when to buy in a very short span of time and when to get out. And just think of that, if you can't even do that in the stock market over many years, know when to buy and know when to sell, good luck trying it within hours of getting into the stock market and then getting out of the stock market and actually making a profit. I could tell you, I've actually done futures day trading for a whole year. This is back when I wasn't sure what I wanted to do when I quit my engineering job. So I tried futures trading and I did okay. For me, I didn't grow my portfolio into any crazy magnitude, but all to say, what I learned from it is, first, I didn't enjoy it because it replaced, it was another job. To get good at this day trading, you have to treat it like a job, a full-time job. And second, you also have to be a gambler. I realize I am not a gambler. I can't just invest in these things and then trade it on a technical analysis on a chart and know when to get out. It was just not ingrained in my personality. So I actually left futures trading. I really liked, studying it. I really liked doing it, but to me, it just didn't come with my personality. So please, fair warning, day trading is so hard. If it was so good, all the richest people around the world would probably be day traders. It just shows how hard it is to be a profitable day trader for years. I'm not talking about for months. Yes, you might get lucky and you might get returns, for the first 6 months of day trading, but Just think of it. Can you do this year after year after year? So all to say is just don't do it. It is very, very hard to become a good day trader. Now, the next investing mistake I see all the time is fear of missing up. I mean, we all know those stocks that shot up to the moon and keep shooting up. But the thing about the stock market, eventually it catches up to you. Eventually, the fundamentals of the company will catch up to that stock, and it can't just keep shooting up. And the news, they're built to create, they want people to read their news articles. They need to get clickbaity. So they always promote like hypey stocks. Like they're just all kind of like, whoa, it went up like 1,000% this year. And you know what types of stocks I'm talking about. Or they talk about, hey, this is the latest initial public offering. There's a huge amount of publicity about it, like Airbnb. So all to say is that please don't just buy stock because of fear of missing out. That the stock market, that stock's just rallied out so much and you just want to, get in the game. If you don't do any due diligence, you don't do any research, and you simply buy the stock because of fear of missing out, and you watch like 2 YouTube videos about it, you're pretty much gambling with your money. When it comes to picking stocks, it really does require in-depth research about the fundamentals, about the vision of the CEO, about that company. So if you start injecting a ton of money without really understanding that, you're basically gambling. And that's what really comes down to when you buy a stock because of fear of missing out. Please avoid FOMO stocks. Please avoid it, because you could potentially be buying a stock like Nikola, or that latest EV that pretty much didn't have a product and it got like pretty much like demolished in the stock market. Now, the fourth investing mistake I see all the time is buying outside of your competence. So what I mean by that is like you end up buying a stock that you have no understanding about. Like for me, I actually stay away from genomics, like like CRISPR, like those types of stocks that are really deeply into altering the DNA. Like I don't know anything about that sector, and I don't really have a keen interest in understanding the sector. So that's why I stay away from those types of stocks. So, which is why I invest mostly in technology and innovation, because I love technology, I love innovation, and I love researching those companies. So all to say is that please think of what areas you understand the most. Say you are in the real estate, you're a real estate investor. You might want to focus more into REITs because that's your area of competence. Or maybe you work in the banking industry. Then you might want to focus a bit more about the finance sector because you can understand the mechanics of that sector. Or maybe you're in the food industry, then you might want to look at to plant-based trends because you could see the revenue growth, the mechanics of the supply chain, all that. All to say is please only buy in your area of competence. Because, for example, all of a sudden you buy this hypey stock, you have no understanding. Again, it's just like gambling your money. So the number 5 investing mistake is timing the market rather than time in the market. So what I mean by this is that I'm super guilty of this. Back in the past, I would always want to time the market. I'd be like, ooh, watching a lot of the macroeconomics. I was trying to predict when the next stock market crash was going to happen. For example, the bull market, lasts on average every 5-6 years. There's a correction, a huge correction where the stocks drop at least 25%, 30%, if not 40%. I was waiting for those sales because it's ingrained in my personality. I love buying things when it's super, super discounted. And that applies to the stock market for me. But I've also lost a ton of opportunity when I tried to time the market. In the past, I used to own Chipotle, Lululemon, Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet. 15 years ago, okay, I bought Lululemon initial public offering. I bought Chipotle initial public offering. I bought Apple back when it was $100 a share before all these splits. So all to say is I unfortunately made a rule, such a stupid rule, where I said if the stock doubled, I would take out and sell. I would sell all of it. And I just want to lock in my profits. I didn't want to have any stocks in the stock market. And that was such a stupid rule because I was always thinking, oh, well, there's going to be another stock market crash and I can get back in. Well, all to say, so I've lost lots of money by doing that. I don't even want to know how much money I've lost. I don't want to even calculate it, but I lost a ton of money by trying to time the market. So all I could say is that please, if you're holding high conviction stocks or really reputable companies, please hold it for the long term. And that's what I mean by not timing the market, but time in the market. And the best way to do that is really just dollar cost average every single month, assuming, you know, you have money for your, you have set aside money for your emergency fund, you know, have money for your expenses, and then you're huge, good, like you live under your means and you have extra cash, then that extra cash, start investing it into the stocks or into real estate, but just invest in it. So you dollar cost average, and because you can really never time the market. I mean, you know, for the long term, if you look at the past 100 years, the stock market has gone up. So if you buy reputable companies that know how to grow, they are companies that, you know, companies that grow, and companies that always make a lot of dough, you'll be fine. Now, the sixth investing mistake is not learning how to invest. Basically, you're spinning your wheels and you're not getting educated. Like, you're just spitballing there, or you're just reading one book here and there. But really, to be really good at investing is always learning and getting educated. You could do this with books, you could do this with articles, you could do this by watching YouTube videos, or you could take something more formal that helps you walk you through the entire system and get coached and get a framework to follow. Which is why I'm thinking of creating a course, which is to help you build more income, build more wealth, so that you ultimately design your ideal life. So if you're looking, you know, wanting more formal, you know, coursework, coaching, please send your comments below. I'm just curious. Like, I want to know if there's, you know, if you guys are interested. I would love to talk to you, maybe interview you, just to help me think about what this course could provide. Because, like, for me, I realize it's taken me so long. Like, I've been doing this since I was in my 20s, but I wish there was a course out there. I wish there was a coach out there that I really trusted, that I feel like could be a great mentor and fast track my journey. And fortunately for me, it took me, like, I took the long path instead of getting, like, just taking like one course that just did it all. There was no course. I haven't found a course that did it all. I'm still learning, like, I'm still growing, and I'm still growing my real estate portfolio. I'm still growing my stock market portfolio, but I'm definitely succeeding in building more and more sources of income. And I really want to give back and spend a lot of time and energy in creating a course for you. But of course, you got to let me know if you are interested in knowing how to build more income, build more wealth, to ultimately live your ideal life. Comment below and let me know. Anyways, I hope you found this video super helpful. If so, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button, hit it. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button so you get these videos coming to you every single week for free. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video.